Hello everyone, and welcome to this Pozotron Pronunciation Guide Basics tutorial. To get into the pronunciation guide, there are a few steps. First, after you log in, you create a project and upload a script. To use the pronunciation guide for word list creation and script prep in general, there's no need to upload audio up front. Click into your project and you'll see a notification that the script is processing. Wait a few minutes. Click on the orange pronunciation button. I'll go over all of these step by step in a second. So what's the big idea with Pozotron's pronunciation guide in the first place? If you use it before recording, you can prevent pronunciation-related pickups. You can make sure you have character names set. You can agree on the pronunciations of proper nouns like place names. You can look through commonly mispronounced words from our auto-populated list. And you can create a place for everyone to sign off on all the pronunciations in a book before you get started. On the other hand, if you use the pronunciation guide after recording, it's a seek and report tool. You can find every instance of a specific word in the audio instantly. You can get timestamps and or DAW markers, get the audio playback around those words, and even create annotations back in the proofing tool once you find them in the pronunciation guide. Starting at the very beginning, after you log in, you'll have your project page. If you click on the button in the upper right that says Create New Project, you'll get a pop-up window that looks like this. Click on the Browse button and you can upload your PDF, epub, or docx file. Once you click into that project, you'll see a notification in the upper left while it's processing. After the processing text is complete, then you can click the button in the upper right that says Pronunciation. Remember, this is before you even upload any audio. Once that screen opens, you'll see something in the middle of your screen that says Open Suggestions. This is where you start using the pronunciation guide. Pozotron will have scanned through your whole script and found words that happen a lot, or capitalized rare words, or complex words, or foreign words. It'll show you a list on the left of all of its suggestions. It can be as few as 50 in a short script, or it can be in the hundreds for longer projects. If you hover over the magnifying glass by the words in the live view, it'll open up a context menu and show where that word is in 5 instances in the book. It will give you a count of every time that word shows up and the first page where it occurs. You'll see that from the beginning, it's sorted by the number of occurrences. You can also change this to alphabetical or category. You start adding to the list by either clicking Add to Research List and Ignore, or using the hotkeys R and I. If you use R and I, it will automatically move the next word up on the list, so you can go through and make an entire pronunciation guide list just by hitting R and I and looking at the top word over on the left. And what that does is kick the words from the suggestions list over to the research list on the right, where you'll see some extra options start to pop up. You can see phonetics, playback buttons, and a microphone button, and then 3 buttons that will take you to Merriam-Webster, Forvo, or Youglish if you're doing your research from those places. As soon as you hit Add to Research List, the default is Oxford's dictionary, and it will give you the playback and the IPA version of the phonetics. After you've moved your way through the suggestions list and got everything in the research list that you want, then you click Return to Research. In that next screen will be everything that you clicked on to research. In this case, my research list is only 7 words, but it can be as many as you need. Average right now for the tool has been right around 50. In the upper right, you'll see more options that you can use. The Import-Export button does a few different things. You can import entire lists of custom words, and you can export to an Excel spreadsheet that gives you more of a classic view of how pronunciation lists work. The share button allows you to share your completed word list as a clickable link for anyone who wants to see the word list that you've created. Scan occurrences we'll get into later. If you click the microphone button anywhere, you'll get this pop-up. This allows you to record your own custom audio for each word. Clear will get rid of anything that you've recorded before, and Preview lets you listen to it before you save it in. This is also where you can add your phonetic spelling. When you import a word list, it'll pop this window open. You can cut and paste or manually add lists of words right here, and it will add them to the pronunciation research page. When you export a word list that you've created, you get an Excel worksheet that looks about like this. It will give you the word, the first page it's on, the count, and then if you have any information in the pronunciation part, as far as the phonetics, it will put it in this column. It will tell you the source that you had, and it will have the 3 links to Merriam-Webster, Forvo, and Youglish if you want to click on those. Those are the basics to get you started on the pronunciation guide, but there are a few details to be aware of. First, the current default dictionary is Oxford when you add a word to the research list. If you're not working with Oxford, make sure that you adjust your word list accordingly. We are working on getting you to be able to choose your default dictionary in the near future. We're also working on adjusting screen real estate for laptops and tablets. Depending on how you use the word list, you may see a warning that says you're missing information because of the size of the screen. You can adjust your screen resolution or move your windows around to make sure all of the necessary information is fitting on your screen. But yes, we are working on this to try and make sure it's applicable for everyone. After you've uploaded audio, there's a whole new set of features, including the scan occurrences and annotate buttons to integrate with DAW markers in the proofing report. We'll have a separate tutorial video on how those work. Thanks for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us.